Hello everyone, welcome to Hill Street. Today's story is A Man in a Yellow Suit Gave Me a Disturbing Journal. If you end up enjoying this story, please leave a like. If you enjoy hearing stories from me, please subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments. Now, let's get to this nightmare. I was walking around Europe, enjoying my vacation, and looking at some of the Gothic architecture, when a strange man approached me. The man was dressed in all yellow, with a pair of round-tinted glasses. He addressed me by name, Mr. Datum, he said in a sophisticated accent. "Excuse me, but have we met before?" I asked this total stranger. "Not necessarily met before, but our meeting was inevitable. I merely came to drop off an heirloom." He reached in his jacket and handed me a brown leather journal. When I opened it, it had dates going back to 1888. "Who are you?" I asked the strange man. "My name is of no importance. Just be sure to read that on your free time, my friend." It was a strange encounter for sure, and I looked through the journal, that probably should have been in a museum, just to check to see if he was trying to get rid of something incriminating. From what I could tell, there was nothing off about it. When I got back to the hotel, I put the book in the luggage and forgot about it for the better part of the trip. About 3 days later, it was my last day there, and it was too stormy to go out and do anything. So I decided to kick back with some tea, and that's when I remembered the book. Having nothing better to do, I decided to read through it. The pages were worn, but not destroyed. The book itself was remarkably well preserved, and the handwriting was smooth and legible, even if most of it was in cursive. I then proceeded to read the first entry. The 15th of October, 1888. My name is Dr. Harry Datum. I am keeping this journal as a record of my time here in Glenvale, a small humble town on the island somewhere out in the Pacific, I believe. I came here after my reoccurring dreams of a sunken city and the thing at its heart. I asked professionals and doctors, and they told me it was stress and would often prescribe laudanum for sleep. It wasn't until I met a strange gentleman dressed in all yellow who told me the town of Glenvale would have specialists on dreams and may help me to get to the bottom of things. I looked up for a moment. Whoever wrote this not only had my last name, but also knew the strange man dressed in yellow that I did. No way it was the same guy. This was written over 130 years ago. I thought maybe the man was a creepy stalker, and this was some sort of elaborate prank. But why? Why go through so much effort? Reluctantly, I read on, trying to piece together what exactly is happening. October 17th, 1888. Adjusting to the townsfolk and their atmosphere has provided challenging. They do not seem like they appreciate visitors or anyone in their town. All except for one. I met a woman who looked to be from the Caribbean island. She was half dressed and wore many tattoos and markings. She had offered to tell me my fortune in exchange for a drink. Instead of a fortune, I asked if she would know of something about the strange dream I had been having. She laughed, raised her glass, and told me to meet her in the cathedral by nightfall in 24 hours. October 18th, 1888. I have returned from the cathedral with the woman whose name I learned to be Ursula. I walked into the cathedral to find it empty and void of light or public, with the exception of her. She beckoned me toward the door and unlocked it. When the door opened, it revealed the stairway going down. When we reached the end of the basement, we came to a large chamber, and in the center was a large idol or statue. The statue was that of an entity unlike anything I had seen before. It had wings like a dragon, the head of a cephalopod, and runes tattooed onto its body, like the ones Ursula had. I asked her what the meaning of this was, and she told me that the god I stood before was the source of my dreams, and this was the second pillar. October 20th, 1888. Something is happening in this town. Riots and mobs are breaking out across the hamlet. I can hear chanting coming from the woods in the distance, and the sky has become warped with shadows and cosmic energy. I think Ursula is outside. I should see if she's okay. October 20th, 1888. This is my final entry. Ursula has demanded my life be used as a sacrifice to awaken this god of madness. The townsfolk have surrounded the inn, and as faithful as the tide, my nameless friend in yellow comes along. I will give him this journal to give to any of my descendants. They want my blood and my soul, so I ask anyone who may be of my lineage, never come to the town of Glenvale. Don't let them use you to fuel the awakening of their god. Never set a foot on this cursed island. I closed the book. My heart raced. It has to be a lie. I didn't have an ancestor named Harry Datum, and I never heard of Glenvale before. That's when I looked out the window to see a man dressed in all yellow looking up at my room, with a grin spreading ear to ear. I'm writing this because I don't know what's going to happen next, but whatever you do, do not trust the nameless man in yellow. The end. That was A Man in a Yellow Suit Gave Me a Disturbing Journal. If you enjoyed this story, please leave a like. I hope you all have had a great day, and have a good night.